What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Sports Betting with Let's Get 60. I'm your host, Justin Travis, and as always, you can find me on Twitter at Let's Get 60, on the web, letsget60.com, and on pickmonitor.com, Let's Get 60. And folks, I've been away for a couple weeks. Work and life got in the way, but I'm back for week 9, breaking down some football games here for the college and NFL slate. Let's jump right in here. Last 2 weeks, college football 15 and 12, little above water here, 0.65 units. Obviously nothing to beat your chest about. Some wacky stuff going on as usual. NFL a little better, 10 and 6, 2.77 units, but for the year still down. You can check this on my pick monitor page. NFL's starting to settle in a little bit more. Data's starting to tell the story a little bit more rather than just randomness. And how about the ineffectiveness of home teams against the spread? Crazy. All right, let's jump right into college here. Again, we're going to keep these at 10 minutes at a part here. Maybe we can only get away. Maybe we can get away with 3 parts because I don't have a lot of college to break down. So first and foremost, I love to start off with a 3-team teaser here. I know it's a couple hours before game time. I don't know how many people watch this or whatever, but took the Vikings, the Pats, and had an open slot. 5 dimes will allow you to do this. So Vikings -9.5, Pats -7, and then the open spot. So my strategy here is if we get past the Vikings spread, then we have the weekend to fill in that spot. If not, we still have the Pats to pair up with a couple more teams to at least make break even on the teaser front. All right, Friday, USC at Colorado. I had this at -21. Market says -13. I grabbed it as soon as I saw it, 13. It's -14 now. Listen, I don't think we need to overthink this. Colorado's not a good football team, especially on defense. Their FEI, they're ranked 115th in the country on the FEI defense. That's not good. So here's some teams that are ranked higher than Colorado: Rice, Kansas, West Virginia. UCLA has a better defense than Colorado. Syracuse, who has not beaten a Power 5 school, has a better defense than Colorado. Okay? I get the fact that USC is coming off the Notre Dame loss, and no, actually, that's not right. They crushed. Sorry, I took them last week. They crushed Arizona or something. So they're rolling. They're on the road. I think it's going to be a late cover here with Colorado's defense. And lastly, USC ranked their FEI offense is 28th in the country. So you have the 28th ranked offense going against the 115th ranked defense. 13 points. I think this is an easy one, actually. All right, moving on. Miami and Pittsburgh. I tweeted about this as soon as I saw the line here. Look, this is a terrible spot for Miami here. Coming off that gut-wrenching loss to Georgia Tech. Nobody in the ACC should be losing to Georgia Tech. Miami, it's just been up and down for them. The big win against Virginia, lost to Georgia Tech. Now they got to travel to Pitt with FSU on deck. They go to FSU after this week. Terrible spot for Miami. I don't know how they get up for any of these games, really. And Pittsburgh's just sipping their tea, bring it on. The market is continuing to doubt Pittsburgh. I think the Coastal is wide open now. Anybody can win it. Pittsburgh's going to be focused for this game, and I think they'll be able to handle Miami's speed on defense, which Virginia could not for some reason. I think that was one of the differences in that game. My line, I had this at -10. Pick monitor -5, my bookie -5, current line is -6, beat the closing line, and we're rolling with Pitt at home. Wisconsin at Ohio State. I said earlier when Wisconsin lost to Illinois, give me Wisconsin next week and all the points. I was shocked that that came out at 14. I said I need at least 17 to think about it. I grabbed the 14. It's at Ohio State. They got to be licking their chops here. Ohio State's just a really, really solid team. I think there's too much speed for Wisconsin to deal with. And again, Wisconsin does one thing very well: they run the ball. If you can stop that, I think you make him play left-handed, and you can beat him. I think minus 14 is very doable for Ohio State. I got 13.5. I bet us. I believe I paid a little bit extra for that. I don't care. Current line is now minus 14.5. Penn State at Sparty. Penn State minus 21 is my line. I might be a bit inflated, but guys, do you think Michigan State's defense is better than Michigan's? Probably not. I didn't look it up, but from what we've seen from Michigan and Michigan State defensively, I think Penn State is going to be able to move the ball against Sparty, and Sparty has no offense whatsoever. I mean, Penn State could probably hold them to 3 or 7 points. So 6.5 or 6 or whatever, I'll take that all day. Current line is 7. Beat the closing line on that one. Virginia at Louisville. I think Virginia wins big here. I got it at minus 7. My line was minus 17. It came out at 3. It's now 3.5. Listen, much like Pittsburgh, I think the market doesn't respect Virginia. I think because of the way they got beat with Notre Dame, and the way they got beat at Miami. But their ATS record is 3-3. Okay, there are 2 ATS losses. Old Dominion was before the Notre Dame game, and we had Old Dominion in that one, and then Notre Dame, and in the Miami game. Okay, remember they beat Pittsburgh first game of the season. Okay, Virginia's a legit team, and we saw that last week with Duke. Virginia can go in there and beat Louisville, no problem, by 3, no problem. Duke at UNC. I love the total here. I have it at 60, as high as 60. It's around 55, 54.5. Just look back over the last 6, 7, 8 years on the scores of when these 2 teams match up. I think there's only 1 or 2 years where it did not hit over 50 something. So I think this is a no-brainer. UNC is going to throw it. UNC is going to push tempo. Duke's not going to be able to hang. It's going to be a track meet for sure. 55, 54.5. I haven't fired on this yet. I usually like to wait for Fridays for totals. That's when I've seen historically big moves. But again, it can be as high as 60, and I'd still take it. I think both teams get in the 30s, no problem. South Carolina, Tennessee. I got this. I think South Carolina beats Tennessee by 6 or more. Pick Monder's minus 5. And 5 dimes is minus 4.5. Grab that. Current line is now 4. I think that's not right, because today I checked, it's as high as 5.5 in some places. So we beat the closing line here. I think this is a reaction to not how bad, but South Carolina lost to Florida. Okay, Tennessee is on the way up here, and I think that the market is reacting to only 1 or 2 games versus the entire body of work. South Carolina is a very good team. Tennessee is not. South Carolina needs a bounce back here, and I think this is a great spot for them to bounce back, even though it is on the road. I just think they're just a better team. Let's see. I got time for one more here. Actually, you know what? We'll go ahead and stop here, and I'll be back in a minute.